The Ministry of Education has announced the reopening of all 777 schools throughout Trinidad. The Ministry of Education says some schools are still undergoing partial repairs. However, those schools remain operational. Jason John has this report.
As the new academic year 2024-2025 commences, the Ministry of Education is advising that all schools across Trinidad are open. This includes 143 government and government-assisted schools, 57 serve-all early childhood care centers, 452 primary schools, and 125 secondary schools. Speaking at the reopening of St. George's College in Barataria on August 30th, Minister of Education Dr. Nian Gatsby-Dolly acknowledged the financial challenges caused by aging schools' infrastructure.
As I walk around, I see that we have had a lot of work done. Of course, there's work still to do, and that is the situation of every school, unless it's a new school like the ones we opened at Sisters Road Anglican and the one we opened at Marabella Anglican today. And so I want to assure that just like we got the work with the ceiling and the repainting and so on done, the work will continue at St. George's.
The minister is advising that repair works continue at over 60 schools with additional projects set to begin in September. During the July-August vacation period, the ministry's repair program addressed critical infrastructural needs to enable the safe resumption of school activities.
I remember walking down that particular corridor and it was almost coming down. And then I remember the day when it was reported at the ministry that the school could no longer function at Barataria. And these are always very saddening words when we hear them at the Ministry of Education.
The ministry is also advising that the Public Transport Service Corporation, PTSC, and school meal programs commenced today as they are ensuring that students have access to essential services from the first day of the new term. Jason John, TTT News.
Well, TTT visited a few schools as students returned to classes after the July-August vacation. Students at St. Patrick's Newtown Girls and Boys Roman Catholic School seemed well-rested, energized, and ready to take the new academic year by storm. Little DeCavo James appeared to be excited to head into Standard 1. However, Mummy and Daddy were not too thrilled to readjust to the early mornings required for his on-time attendance.
My wife could sleep late. The holidays was awesome, and now it's back to traffic and back to getting up early and dropping them to school. This is one thing we're not excited for every single morning.
I am excited for Standard 1. He's in Standard 1 now, and looking forward to this new year. That's all this new school year.
We're anxious to see what teacher we're getting to.
I am anxious. I'm hoping that I get a really nice teacher.
And in South Trinidad, parents dropped off their children for the new school term at the newly reopened Holy Cross Anglican Primary School in Marabella. One proud father, Nigel Drigo, expressed his feelings.
My children has been going to school here since the old school was here. So, and now that they have a new school, and I said it's good to see that they're attending a new school after so much years. And I am here today to support them and making sure they're in the correct class and where they're supposed to be.
All 57 schools in Tobago under the purview of the Division of Education, Research and Technology were scheduled to reopen today, Monday. This according to THA Secretary Zorisha Hackett, who explained that with a budget of $20 million, the Eco-Industrial Development Company Limited managed the school repair program with a focus on health and safety issues. Phase 2 of the program will take place throughout the term with focus on less critical areas, and additional work is planned for the December vacation. The Education Secretary emphasized that while there are 105 schools in Tobago, 57 are under the division's purview and 48, the majority of which are preschools, are privately owned. Additionally, for another term, the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association is disappointed with the level of work completed at schools in Tobago. TTT News spoke with Tutors Tobago officer Braden Roberts, who made visits to schools on Monday.
Tutor Tobago officer Braden Roberts said it was noted that works were done over the weekend by the Division of Education to ensure readiness for today's school reopening. However, he expressed those schools were reopened, there are several outstanding issues, adding that teachers took up the slack at many schools.
I see where I would have done some work Saturday and Sunday and would have been able to make school in a better place to function. In addition to that, teachers would have used either their spouse or family members, past students, persons in the community, those who are able to utilize those persons to assist in refurbishing furniture, the blackboards that we have seen in some of the schools are in a terrible state.
For some schools, although school was reopened, there were no classes.
There is the issue at Delaport and Restitution Mandated presently, where works were not completed. So they were not able to have any teaching done today, and the students are more so in a designated area where the teachers cannot supervise them for the time being.
The tutor officer noted teachers were out in their numbers, but the student turnout was low.
We do not want to lose many days in the academic year, especially at this September term. So we have the teachers out in the main. However, the student turnout, and I would say thankfully, is low because of the furniture shortage. If all the students were to be out, we would have issues having persons seated and properly accommodated in the classrooms. And especially Roxborough Secondary, there are empty classrooms in terms of no table and chairs.
In a release, the division informed that addressing health and safety issues was the focus in the $20 million 2024 school repair program. Mr. Roberts said this statement is confusing, as he expressed many schools were not cleaned by the division's team. Mr. Roberts said he plans to communicate his findings with the Education Division Secretary and Administrator. Carissa Douglas, TTT News.
Thank you, Carissa. With students back out to school, preparation to deal with the new academic year is an important factor for a good learning environment. TTPS Public Information Officer Inspector Michelle Lewis gave tips to parents to have their children ready and on guard for the new term.
One of the things that we like to admonish parents, guardians, and those with responsibility for children is that yes, you can provide food, shelter, and clothing for them, but giving the children the opportunity to experience love, ensuring that they know that you are there for them, bringing them up to be a disciplined, respectful, law-abiding person in the society is important. It's intangible and it's immeasurable in terms of the product that you're going to get out of that child.
Inspector Lewis also encouraged parents to be a good role model for their children.
Remember in your head and in your heart that what you do, children will do, and how you present yourself and what you say, they're going to follow directly and indirectly. So that if the uniform says that the pants are supposed to be like this, do not pencil the pants and say, well, you like your child to look like this, because you're actually telling the child to disobey the rule of the school. And if the sneaker is supposed to be all black or all white, and you saw one looking really nice because a Nike or a Jordan, and it has a little red or yellow in it, you're actually telling the child to disobey the law of the school.